Welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe. I got it on here a little bit before the halftime. Currently is 28-14 Bengals with 8 seconds to go. A little bit earlier than what I originally said, but man, this second half is taking forever to end. So I just figured get on here. Only 8 seconds left to go in the half. Give everyone a little bit of time to come on in. And gives me time to do the whole show, hopefully, before the second half begins. So you guys can watch that. 28-14, Cincinnati over Baltimore. Get 8 seconds left in the first half. This is a game. This is your typical Thursday night game, guys. A little sloppy at times. Not sure what to make of it. And this kind of goes to show you as well, like, and this is something Bills players and fans can hang their head on. Like each week is different in the NFL. I did see Pro Football Talk tweeted that, is this how bad the Bills are that they gave up 47 points to this team, lost 47-3, and now here Cincinnati is kind of taking advantage and making it 28-14. Well, I don't think it talks about how bad the Bills are or how good the Ravens are. I just think it goes to show you the difference in the NFL from week to week, and that's something that the Bills can use towards their towards themselves getting ready for this week. Got that new starting quarterback. If you have not seen it, I did go live just yesterday talking about us starting Josh Allen, so I won't really talk about that too much today in my preview video as the Buffalo Bills get ready for their home opener against the Los Angeles Chargers. I want to give you a couple news and notes from that game, going into this game from the Chargers side and the Bills side. I also want to go over some injury news and also give you some kind of keys to victory. If the Bills plan on winning, what's the ways to do that? And also then give you my prediction at the end of the video. What do I think the final score is going to be, and how do I think we will fare in our home opener? So first, let me say welcome to Believers Talk. If you're new, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. We will be going live. The LA Chargers game, we will have that on here for you. I'll be live, giving you live reaction, live play-by-play. So if you cannot watch the game, you come on here, get live play-by-play. If you are watching the game, you want to hang out with a bunch of Bills fans, come on in, and we'll happily discuss that for you. If you're an LA Chargers fan, you're more than welcome as well. Or if you just love the NFL and maybe your team plays tonight, Monday night, Sunday night games, you don't know what to do, join us, share, hit that notification bell, and then we'll go ahead and have a good time together. So getting into the Buffalo Bills home opener this Sunday against the LA Chargers. Both the LA Chargers and the Buffalo Bills are 0-1. The LA Chargers losing a pretty good game against the Kansas City Chiefs week 1, where they outpossessed them. They passed them, like they had more yards passing. I think the Chiefs have more rushing yards, and the Chiefs did get a special teams touchdown from Hunt. So that kind of plays into that. But they are 0-1, back to their normal ways of that slow start. Now, the Chiefs are a good team, so we have to give credit where credit's due. But both teams are 0-1 going into this matchup. Pivotal matchup for both teams. You do not want to start the season 0-2. Obviously, the chances of you make the playoffs drastically change as you go from 0-2 to 0-3 and then to 0-4, where no one has actually ever made the playoffs after starting 0-4. I don't believe. If they have, it's a low percentage. Before we get into that game, I do want to say there has been news today, and it was posted on Twitter as well. The Buffalo Bills have signed cornerback Ryan Lewis to the practice squad, and they have released tackle DeAndre Wesley from the practice squad. So that's a little news. Some transactions, again, I went over in the previous video, the transactions prior to that. There were different transactions yesterday and on the 11th that I wanted to cover as well. So those were covered in those videos. So be sure to check that out. I will put a clip or whatever on this video, so you can click on it after this video is done to check that out. So getting into this game on Sunday, guys, again, I know a lot of Bills fans are down on this team, losing 47-3. It's hard to have any positive, but then we get the news yesterday. Josh Allen's the starter. So we're excited about that. We know that we can't win with Nathan Peterman. If you watched the video yesterday, you know that I have mixed emotions about the Josh Allen start. Part of me wants to be excited because the future is now, but then part of me is worried that he is not ready. So if you're interested in my take, or if you want some other fans' takes, because we did have a good discussion on there yesterday, go and watch that video for that reason as well. But I did want to give you some notes about the LA Chargers. Like I said, had a great day passing the ball. Their offense is just really a big threat, guys. Philip Rivers went 34 for 51 for 424 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was, however, sacked a bunch. If there's one weakness on the LA Chargers offense, it's that offensive line. The game is now at halftime at 28-14. So thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. And I'll hopefully have this done before the second half starts as well. So, Philip Rivers, 34 for 51, 424 yards, 3 touchdowns. That offensive line did get him sacked a few times. So, if we want to get pressure on, or if we want to contain Philip Rivers' numbers, not let him pass for over 400 yards on us, we have to get pressure on him up the middle. Now, in the first game against Baltimore, we were able to get some pressure on Joe Flacco. We were just unable to bring him down. And this is kind of the thing that worries me, because I think, and I think most people would agree with me, that Philip Rivers is a better quarterback than Joe Flacco. I don't think there's any comparison there. And if Joe Flacco can tear us up, and Joe Flacco has not looked good in this game against the Bengals, if Joe Flacco can tear us up, what can Philip Rivers do? Maybe he won't pass for 424 yards, but maybe the reason is because, same as Joe Flacco, he doesn't need to. He is out by the third quarter. I hope not. Obviously, you all hope not, but that could possibly be a scenario. Melvin Gordon rushed for 64 yards, but more importantly, had 9 receptions for 102 yards. So we really need to try to contain Melvin Gordon as best we can. I know they're going to probably try to rely on him a lot. We weren't too bad on the run defense side of things in the game against Baltimore, but again, it's because the lack of need to go to the run game, because we were getting chewed up on the passing defensive side of the ball. So we'll see how we do against Melvin Gordon. Travis Benjamin had, hold on, I have it here, 19 yards. So we had 1 rush for 19 yards. Keenan Allen had 8 reception for 108 yards and a touchdown. And Austin Ekeler, I believe his name is, had 5 receptions for 87 yards and a touchdown. And then he had 39 yards rushing on top of that as well. So these are some of the key players that the Chargers have on their team that we're going to have to look out for come this Sunday, that we're going to have to get our safeties up a little bit, and our corners are going to have to play better. If that includes Gaines, and that includes Gaines, I really hope Vontae Davis is ready for this game and we can put him in, because Philip Gaines just is not a number 2 corner, in my opinion, after what we saw week 1, him getting beat over and over and over again. I mean, I believe the first really long pass, first drive of the game, against the Ravens, we had like a 2nd and 25, I believe it was, for where our defensive could easily have stopped the Ravens. They had 2nd and 25. First play, it's a 30-yard out to, I think, Crabtree, and he's just wide open. No, it's Brown. It's Brown, because the announcer talking about how we respect his speed. So, that was just really annoying, really tough spot. And then, of course, they finished that drive off with a touchdown. So that's a little deflating. Going into this, yards per game, obviously we've only played the 1 game. If you know anything, and if you watched any football this past week, the Bills probably ranked last in every offensive category, and that is pretty much the case. Yards per game, the Chargers had 541 yards of offense in week 1 against the Chiefs, and the Buffalo Bills only had 153 yards. So obviously those numbers are going to have to sway a little bit. We can't have them beating us by 4 times the yards, and think we have a chance at this game. So defensive yards a game, the LA Chargers allowed 362 yards, and that does not include the special teams touchdown. They allowed 2, and the Buffalo Bills allowed 369 yards. Sounds better than it is, obviously. And again, a lot of that had to do with special teams, because we gave them great field position on a lot of the drives. So that's pretty much even as far as defense. We need our defense to step up if we think we are, again, going to have a chance not only in this game, but throughout the season. So looking at the injury report, there are a few. Bills will win 14-10. Fox 87, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Believers Talk. You are, again, one of our loyal fans, and we appreciate you. If you're not a fan of Fox 87, he is a Blue Jays fan. He's a Bills fan. He's a Sabres fan. I don't know if he has a basketball team. He'll let you know if he has a basketball team. But those are the 3 sports that he covers on his channel. And just check him out. Really good content on there. He does do Bills pre-games. I saw that one for the Ravens game, and he'll probably have a pre-game for this game coming up this Sunday. So if you enjoy Bills content like we do, check out Fox 87 and he'll hook you up. So Getting to the injury report, the LA Chargers have a few more injuries than we do. Some of these started in the preseason. We know about Hunter Henry, and we know about Jalen Watkins. They both are out on IR, so they will not be in. Travis Benjamin got hurt in the last game. Injured his foot, and so he's questionable. We have Craig Mager, their cornerback. He's questionable with a hamstring injury. Terrell Williams, their wide receiver, is probable with a groin injury. Joey Bosa and Joe Barksdale are both listed as out. So having Joey Bosa out is huge for us. I mean, obviously, we hope he gets better. I don't like to see injuries at any point, but just the fact that he's not going to be in the game, that's a huge boost for the Buffalo Bills, and it boosts their chances to win this game. I do believe that the Bills do have a chance to win this game. I don't think it's a great chance, but we'll go over what they need to do in order to get that accomplished. As far as the Bills' injuries, unfortunately, one of the bright spots from last weekend, one of the very few, Shaq Lawson, he is doubtful for the game Sunday. I thought he played pretty well against the Ravens. Got some pressure on Flacco, was able to get to him a couple times. So that's sad news for us. He went out with a hamstring injury, and those can linger. So we would want that to be taken care of instead of constantly lingering. So if he needs to sit out with a hamstring injury, I'm okay with that as long as he gets it fully healed for the following week and we don't miss him for more than a week. Julian Stanford, who was out last week, is actually listed as probable this week. So that injury is getting better, so we hope to see him in the game. Ray McLeod, who everyone wants to see Ray in there, still listed as questionable for Sunday's game. Taron Johnson, after he took that hit on Sunday and was knocked out, he's listed as questionable as well. So that's the Bills injury report, and that's also the Chargers injury report. So those are the main injuries for this game. Again, I think the biggest injury listed there is obviously Joey Bosa. I think that's a huge hit for the the Los Angeles Chargers. I still don't remember that. I think this is their third year or second year in LA, and I still don't remember that's the LA Chargers. So Raptor fan, Fox 87 is a Raptors fan, and that makes sense because that's kind of the area he lives in, right? So he is a Toronto Raptors fan. We have to win this game Sunday. There are no other options. Go Bills. Well, there are plenty of other options. We just don't like them. That's the problem. But that's the problem with starting Josh Allen. I mean, if we lose this game, and again, if we lose this game 47-3, there are no other options. What do we do after that? How do we come back from that? We can't. I mean, we just have to throw him out there and look like an uncompetitive team. We have to look, I mean, I can't even say we'd look like the Browns from last year because the Browns were very competitive in some of their games. And I think we'll be competitive in a lot of our games. But I was hoping that last week was going to be one of them. So we'll see. You do pick videos as well. So Fox 87 does a lot of breakdowns. So be sure to check him out. You don't know about me and the Vikings. Welcome again, Bills fans 1970, CR, Fox 87, and everyone else who's with me who hasn't left a chat or comment. We appreciate you being here. We're very thankful that you are here. We just ask that, if you haven't already subscribe, because like I said, we will be going live for the games. Hit the notification bell somewhere down here, I believe it is. And you can hit that, and then we'll let you know when we are going live. So I gave you some statistics about the Chargers. I wanted to give you the injury report as well. I think I really would love to see Ray McLeod be able to play in this game, just because I want to see what he has to offer, and I want us to have as many weapons as we can. I think I talked on the last episode. I do believe that Josh Allen starting will actually open things up a little bit more in the run game. I think that the secondary for Baltimore was able to cheat up a little bit more because they weren't respecting Nathan Peterman's arm. Well, we know that's not going to be the case here. The Baltimore Ravens or the LA Chargers have to respect Josh Allen's arm because he can take you deep at any point. So I think that will open up some running lanes for McCoy, Murphy. Maybe we see a little Chris Ivory. We know that the LA Chargers special teams has already given up a return to Kareem Hunt. I think that we have to look out for that when it comes to Marcus Murphy as well. He might have a big game in special teams, just like he did last week. That was, again, one of our few bright spots from last week's game. If you look at Tremaine Edmonds, you look at Marcus Murphy, and you look at Shaq Lawson, those were three of our brighter spots. Unfortunately, Shaq Lawson might be out for this game. But again, I don't think that's as big of a loss to the Bills as Joey Bosa being out is for the Chargers. So For this game, I think the three keys to victory. I think one, most importantly, we cannot turn the ball over. The last thing we can afford to do is give this offense, this very potent offense, more chances to score. I think they're going to put up points anyway. I don't think we're going to stop that from happening. We can only hope to contain that. And if we give them more chances to score, that just will not bode well for our chance to win this game. Two, and I spoke about just a second ago, we have to get the running game going. One of the biggest problems with this past Sunday was we had no time to get the run game going. McCoy, Murphy, Ivory, none of them were really able to get any full yard, you know what I mean, getting a full rhythm of the game. So we really need to get that going. And in order to do that, and this kind of goes into my three, we need to be able to get off the field early. Again, they're going to score points on us, guys, but we need to be able to stop them on their first, second, maybe even third drive. Limit them maybe to a field goal or two, so that way the score stays manageable. I think one thing that happened in the game last week against the Ravens is they got ahead quick and they got ahead by a big margin early. And that kind of got us out of our game plan. I want to see us continue in our game plan just to see. I want to see more from Dable. I'm sorry. The kickoff is getting underway, guys, so I'll try to wrap this up as soon as possible. But I want to see more from Brian Dable because I don't think we got to see a full scope of what he can do in like real live game situations. Because at some point in that game, from last Sunday, you have to look at that game and say, okay, this is now just a scrimmage. You really don't want to use your whole playbook now because then other teams will know what to scout for. So I don't know. In Fox 87, if you saw my prediction episode, I predict the same thing, that we'll beat the Vikings, and I have no reason for it other than like we have a history of going into places and beating teams we have no business beating. So, but those are my three keys to victory: no turnovers, get that run game going on offense. That will also help Josh Allen out as well. If we get that run game going, put a little less pressure on him. I kind of feel bad for Nathan Peterman because the run game didn't get going and all that pressure was put on him then to try to bring us back. So, we do want to make sure we get those guys running the ball and get that run game going. And then number three will be try to get off the field on third downs early in the game. We cannot allow them to go up 14 points on the first two possessions or even 10 points on the first two possessions. I don't think this team as a running team is made for the comeback. We focus on the run. In order to be able to do that, we need to stay in manageable situations, both on the field and on the scoreboard as well. So those are my three keys to victory. As far as the game result, I do not see this going the way Bills fans and myself included want this to go. I do see it being a little more competitive than last week, but that's not saying much since we lost 47-3. I see the San Diego Chargers beating the Buffalo Bills 31-20 in this game, and I do see one of those touchdowns being a special teams touchdown or Murphy putting up our offense in a spot where they can score pretty easily, maybe inside the red zone. So our offense will still struggle. They'll put up a touchdown, 2 field goals. Maybe that other touchdown will come with the help of the special teams. So we'll see what happens. But I do think the LA Chargers just have too many weapons. But we all know about the Chargers and getting off to slow starts. So they're notorious for it. They are coming to the East Coast. We all know the stories of the West Coast teams coming to the East Coast. Because remember, when they get ready to play at 1 o'clock, it's 10 a.m. their time. They're just not used to that. Their bodies aren't used to that. So it does kind of give us a little bit of an edge. We know our fans are going to be crazy. Stevie Johnson's going to be there leading the charge along with Pancho Villa. I know he's going to be there as well, and we're excited that he will be there. Steve will be there as well. So there's a couple guys there that I will know. And I look forward to watching the game. Hopefully, again, you guys will join me for the game. I look forward to bringing that game to you. We will be live again Sunday, hoping by 12:30 we will be on here to give you fantasy updates on the players that you should start in the game. Some more key news and notes, some statistics. Last game I said there were some stats that players on the Bills were getting ready to break some stats and where they were ranked on Bills history lists and things like that. I'll bring that to you. So I do look forward to the game. I hope you do as well. So that's my breakdown, guys. I hope you're enjoying Thursday Night Football. I personally am not a fan of Thursday Night Football. I wish I wish they would get rid of it. But, it is a division matchup, and it does kind of show us that from week to week things can change. And now that Baltimore is losing, maybe either A, they're not as good as we thought they were, or B, Buffalo's worse than we think they are. One or the other, but hopefully it's not the latter. But we'll find out this Sunday when the Buffalo Bills have their home opener against the LA Chargers. I look forward to seeing you there. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Turn on that notification bell. Share this with your friends. All that good stuff that drives me nuts, but I have to say it anyway. So, but till next time, go Bills.